What's up, Summoners War players? Free to play gaming here again. I feel like I'm a little bit late to the drawing board here. Today is a pretty exciting day. There's a lot of big update today, and with that came a lot of new monsters, changes to dungeons, existing monster skill changes. And I'm going to do things a little different than I've seen in other videos today. Uh, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick off some Mystic Scrolls right away. I've been saving these crystals. So I'm going to buy a premium pack and we're going to do some mystical scroll summons right away. And hopefully we're going to get one of those monsters. Chances are we won't. But we'll see what happens. We'll do this first. And then after we do the mystical scroll summons, I want to go over the existing monsters and what's been changed in their skills. So we'll go through them one by one and I'll kind of revamp what I think about some of the monsters, because usually it's the monsters that are lacking that get buffs. So we'll take a close look at each of those monsters. But hopefully I'll at least get one 4-star natural with these mystical scroll summons. Oh, I've been super busy lately. I'm kind of exhausted right now. Just chasing my kid around all day, working tons of hours. So bear with me. Okay, here we go. Hopefully. And I want to mention real quick before we do this that one of the subscribers to my channel mentioned the Android, which is an emulator, kind of like BlueStacks for playing Android games or apps on your PC. That Android no longer works. So since this update, they've stepped up their security, and it seems like no emulators are going to work anymore. I can't confirm that, but it sounds pretty legitimate, so that kind of stinks. For me, Android never worked good anyways, so just playing on my phone or tablet and then streaming this to my PC where I now record it, this is what's worked the best for me, and I use a program called Mobazine for that. So as far as emulating without having a phone or a tablet in your possession, that's probably out of the question right now. So Android is rumored to not be working. BlueStacks definitely doesn't work. And, oh, what is the other one? Genymotion. If you had Genymotion working, throw me a comment. Let me know if that's still working for you or if it doesn't work at all. So let's do some summons here. Ooh, I got 15 of them. Okay, we're not going to do any special tricks today. We're just going to hope that the RNG likes us. Okay, that looks like a 3-star. Water Fairy, that's fodder. Boy, it's been a while since I've been able to do some of these mystical scroll summons. Another 3-star. Fire Lizard Man, he's nothing special for me. He's fodder. Come on, Lightning Bolts. Wind Bounty Hunter. Yeah, nothing special there. Oh, come on. I've been having pretty bad luck lately. I've gotten like one 4-star. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's a new monster too. That's cool. 4-star Kobold Bomber. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. He's got his little afro thing going on here. He looks a little like Elvis Presley to me. His leader skill increases the accuracy of wind monsters by 50%. So that could be useful in some cases. Installs a bomb that goes off after 2 turns on all enemies and increases the attack gauge by 50%. So this is kind of like the Fire Joker with a bomb that goes off in a set amount of time. And when that bomb goes off, it looks like it increases. I'm guessing, it doesn't say specifically, but when that bomb goes off on all the enemies, increases your attack gauge by 50%, I'm hoping. So that's kind of cool. Attacks the enemy with a bomb, the damage increases by 15% for each harmful effect on the enemy. So this doesn't seem anything special to me. But I'm going to definitely work on this monster, especially because he's an attack type. And he's got this AoE skill here. Let's take a look and see if he gets a 3rd skill. I was just saying how bad my luck is, and then I go and pull a 4-star new monster. So that's pretty cool. Maybe that's the trick. You just got to complain about your luck enough, and once you start complaining, Com2US hears you and throws you a bone. Okay, if I can find him here in all my 4-star monster glory here. Okay, so if we awaken him, he gets this new skill. Blows up an electric bomb to attack all enemies and increase the skill to cooldown of the enemies for 1 turn with a 75% chance. This skill has no effect on passive skills. What does that mean? This skill has no effect on passive skills. I'm not sure what that means, but this is an AoE attack, and it increases the skill cooldown time of the other monster's skills. So in arena fights, this could be very useful. Oh, okay, it has no effect on passive skills, as in arena monsters. If you're using this guy in an arena fight and the monster had a passive skill, it wouldn't make that not active for 1 turn like it does for the rest of the monster skills. So I think I'm going to incorporate this little Elvis Presley munchkin looking guy in my team. Let me know your thoughts on him. What is his name anyways? Oh, it's Cobalt Bomber. We'll see when I awaken him here. I might be doing that very soon. I have the materials to do that. So let me know what you think of this guy. He might be going on my team actually. Okay, I'm already happy. Let's see what else we can pull here. Come on, big money, no whammies, no whammies. Fire Viking. Okay, I was looking for one of those, but I don't know how useful they are now that the Dragon's Keep has been revamped. So I was gonna make one. I don't know if I'm still going to. Okay, that looks like a 3-star Fire Salamander. That's just fodder material. You can farm those 5-mod Volcano all the time. Okay, another 3-star here. Wind Amazon, not too great, nothing to get excited about. That's fodder material. Another 3-star Water Amazon, nothing to get excited about. Okay, big money, big money. No money, no money. Okay. Water Griffin, not too excited about that. I already have a couple. I don't think I'm going to be making a Griffin for my team. Water Bounty Hunter, nope, that's fodder again. Okay, we're down to 4. Alright, feeling lucky. No, no luck. Fire Bounty Hunter, that's fodder too. You know, I'm not a big fan of any of the bounty hunters. I've reached the max on my monsters. So I think I'm going to stop doing the Mystic Scrolls right here and we're going to switch over. I had some luck. I got one new 4-star monster, so that's cool. And I think we'll just call it good right there. Let's switch over now to the updates. So Summoner's War version 1.3.4 and 4 new monsters added. I'm not going to go over them. There's a lot of users out there who've posted videos on the new monsters and their thoughts on them. So we'll just go over them. If you have questions about them, post it in channel 5001, and hopefully somebody will let you know if they think it's good or not, or post it in the comments and I'll take a look at it too. But let's just go over the existing monsters and see who they buffed and who they didn't. So the Fire Marshal Cat, Destructive Punch has been increased by 7%. So the Fire Marshal Cat, that can be used in a fusion as well. This probably still doesn't make this character useful. And I'm no expert on all these monsters by any means. I could say this isn't useful and somebody could come in and say this is perfect for this situation. So let me know, if I get some stuff wrong, post it in the comments. Water Grim Reaper and Wind Grim Reaper. Wind was always okay, but they're 3-star monsters and they're not super great. But let's see. Added an effect which removes the cooldown if the enemy dies. Okay, so they buffed both the Water and Wind Grim Reapers. So that's good. They both needed it, especially the water one here. Damage increased by 9% for this Frozen Soul skill. Okay, so we got Fire Mystic Witch now, and Wind Mystic Witch. Nobody used those at all. The only Mystic Witch that people use is the water one, which is Megan, which is used a ton. So I'm a spell of removal, recovers hit points by 1%. For each harmful effect removed, they increase that to 2%. So this is a buff for that character. Damage increased by 10% for the wind. They're buffing that character, making it more viable. So, in general, all the liches decrease the attack speed for 1 turn has been increased to 2 turns. So they're buffing all the liches, which is good because those weren't. I didn't previously recommend them. I thought there was better monsters out there. So all the samurais damage has been increased. That's good. I have a Wind Samurai, and he just felt like he was really lacking in the damage department. Yeah, I had him ruined to be fast because the more speed he has, the more one of his skills does damage. So this is good. Good to see these buffs so far for these monsters. Water, Wind, and Light Samurais. So I have Wind Samurai. So damage increased by 6% for the Air Slash. That's another buff on one of my monsters. Happy to see that. These samurais really needed a little bit extra here. Fire Samurai. Damage increased by 10% for this skill. Good stuff. I've seen quite a few people using Fire Samurai actually. I don't think it's that powerful of a monster, but they seem to be doing pretty good with it. They were in the 1400 rank in Arena. So it's not a horrible monster. Any 4-star monsters, they can be fairly useful. So all Kung Fu Girls damage has been increased. That's good. I have a couple Kung Fu Girls I've been hanging on to, and I just haven't used them because they've been kind of on the weaker side, not so useful. So I'm assuming all these Kung Fu Girl pieces, these are all buffs. So Water Kung Fu Girl decreases the attack gauge by 25. That's increased by 30. That's a buff. Damage increased by 5% for the fire. That's a buff. Removes a beneficial effect with a 30% chance. That's increased to a 40% chance for the Wind Kung Fu Girl. Another buff. Light Dragon Attack. Damage increased by 5. Okay, so the Kung Fu Girls, they all got buffed. The Water Rakshasa. Wow, Delicate Whip. Damage increased by 10%. The Water Rakshasa wasn't that bad of a character to begin with, but people didn't really choose her, and I didn't choose her either. The Fire one had a much more useful utility skill, so the Water one might be the best attacking Rakshasa there is right now. So good to see this. These are all good changes, I feel. I feel they're making the less useful characters more useful and more viable to use as characters. So, okay, so Wind Succubus, damage increased by 15% for Blooming Nightmare. Yeah, a lot of people are going to like to see that because a lot of people like the Wind Succubus to begin with. She has some pretty useful skills, an AoE skill and a very unique skill as well. I don't remember exactly what that is. So all liches, stat changes, their basic attack speed's been increased on the liches. So now with these lich buffs here, both of them for all the liches, I'm gonna have to rethink, whether or not I want to make one. So if you have like a dark lich or a fire lich, those aren't horrible characters, especially if you're just starting the game. So maybe I'm gonna start recommending those for newer players. Liches aren't too bad. It's good to see they got some buffs. All samurais, stats after awakening modified for attacking. So I don't know if it doesn't say if they're modified for the better or for the worse. I'm assuming for the better. They probably made the samurais more viable. Okay, skill errors fixed and modifications made for some monsters. So the Fire Viking fixed the problem with resistance effect missing when beneficial effects were removed. Okay, so I'm not too up to date on any of these things, but it just, for the most part, we won't go over them. But if you have one of these monsters, maybe it makes sense to take a look at it. Chances are you probably didn't even know that they had a problem with their skill, though, because I wasn't aware of these. And then in these update notes, they also talk about how the Giants Keep and Dragon's Lair have changed. I'm going to leave that up to some other videos to show off some of those things. Basically, they made it so Giant no longer attacks AoE attacks when he gets crit. Well, he never used to AoE attack. He used to single target attack, but he doesn't do that the same way anymore. Um, all the stats in the Giants Keep from B1 all the way to B10, I believe. Those monsters are now more difficult to kill, so it's harder to get to the giant to begin with. So I'm gonna have to revisit a couple of my videos, like my water imp video. I can almost guarantee that's not a viable build anymore for Giants Keep B10. So it kind of makes me sad because my videos are now outdated. But just so you guys have a basic understanding that things have changed here, and from what I've heard, they've gotten considerably harder for both dragons and giants. And I guess harder is not the way to put it, but the gimmicky team builds, like using the Fire Viking for Dragon, along with special other team members, and the specific build where you basically needed to have a shield up against giants and you needed to have mass dot damage over time effects on him. Those gimmicky teams will no longer work. You need to build a very strong. So to beat Giants B10 now, you're probably going to need almost a full team of level 40 6-star monsters. And that's the way Com2 US wanted it. They wanted natural giants and dragons progression as your teams get stronger. So I'm going to have to see how far I can get in these levels now. But until I can farm probably B7 Giants Keep reliably with my team, with a good strong team, I'm probably not going to do too much Giants Keep farming. We'll see what happens. Um, okay, so now you can select which tower to attack first. That's so they've added some things to the auto attacks. Before it was either auto or manual boss mode. Now you can say auto mode, but you can tell your characters to focus who you want to focus first. Do you want to focus the left tower, the giant, or the right tower? So that's an option in the menu now too. So the Carlos dungeon has been changed so that the last enter floor will show up in the dungeon as selected. This is very good. This is going to save you time. So if you're constantly farming B6, it's always going to show up as the selected dungeon. You don't have to scroll all the way down to B6. Make sure you select it. It's just a time saver. It's a good feature. The rune inventory has been expanded to 150 slots. That's awesome. You know, they expanded to 125 last update. And of course, I filled that up super quick too. So, like one viewer mentioned, no matter how many slots they give you, you're going to fill them up. But having 25 extras is awesome. It gives us more room to store high level runes that we're not ready to use yet. So that's good. Rune inventory user interface has been modified. New will show up in the rune menu when you get a new rune. You can now view the total number of runes. So that's good. You could always view the total number of monsters, but you couldn't do that for runes. So that's good stuff. Now this is cool. I've seen this when you do a battle. Let's do one. Well, we don't need to do one real quick, but as soon as you get done with the battle, you open the treasure chest, and let's say you get a rune, and if you're farming Faimon Volcano, usually what you used to have to do is just build up. Hopefully you had enough room for like at least 7 runes. So you'd farm it 7 times, then you'd have to leave, go to the rune menu, select all 7 runes, hit the sell button, go back into Faimon Volcano. Now you have the option right away if you want to sell it immediately or if you just want to click OK. So that's going to make farming a whole lot easier. You're not going to have to leave that menu, go select all the runes again. So I'm very happy to see that. This is a very good user interface modification here. Okay, the draw button will now show up faster than before. The draw button. I don't know what the draw button is. I probably should know that. I'm sure I've seen it. Okay, opponents you can't battle will be deleted from the matching list when they show up. I don't know what that means. Why could you not battle? Okay. So, are we talking about the rivals? I don't know what they're talking about here, but it's probably a good thing. Fix the problem with the counterattack and revenge skills being used on the arena towers. Um, okay, not sure on that one. You can view monsters up to 50 friends when you enter battles. Um, okay, the rest of these, I'm not really, I'm not understanding a lot of them. I'm sure it'll come to me once I start playing the game and see the changes. Fix the problem of monsters that can't be evolved evolving. See, this is kind of vague on Com2 US's part. Friend invite reward has been changed. Now you get 100 energy for inviting 10 friends. So, what that one is, and I want to touch on this real quick because I think I glossed over this in the new player tips and tricks. If you go over, what I definitely suggest is linking a Facebook account. As soon as you start playing this game, link your Facebook account and then start inviting people from your Facebook. And if need be, make a these aren't really my friends in real life, so I don't mind you seeing their pictures because I have a fake Facebook account where I might play Facebook games. I used to play a couple Facebook games and I just invited these people because they played Facebook games as well. And I didn't want to burden all my real life friends with all my Facebook game invites and requests and things. So I made the fake Facebook account. And so use something like that. Log into your Hive account, link your Facebook account, start inviting these people, and once you hit 50 of them, you get a rare monster here, which is still the Light Fairy. It's been Light Fairy for a while. Before it was Dark Epicon Priest, which both these monsters are fair. They're both, at least they're light and dark elements. But you're going to get 100 energy here, and this is what they're talking about. They increase this to 100 here once you hit the 10 friends. You also get 100 crystals, you get the rare monster, you get 10,000 mana stones. So this is definitely worth doing. It's going to take you at least 2 days because I think the maximum amount you can invite in one day from your Facebook is 25. But for new players, definitely take advantage of this. It's it's just extra stuff you can get in the game for free. All right. Maybe there's something else in these update notes we should know. Mana stones in the energy package has been increased. Okay. New mana stone package and energy plus mana stone packages have been added. Okay, so that's probably stuff we're not going to be purchasing as free to play players. Some people might be. Okay, so I'm not seeing them there. It must be in the cash shop. Okay, yeah, this has got to be what they're talking about. New mana stone plus energy package. Or maybe it pops up. Maybe it's one of those limited time pop up things. I don't know for sure. I'm not too concerned about it. Angelmon package renewed. New King Angelmon pack. Twice the experience compared to previous Angelmon pack. I've seen these King Angelmon. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get them from just playing the game normal or if they need to be purchased. But they do what they say they do. They twice the experience compared to um, regular Angelmon are like 1.5 experience if you feed them to the same element monster. And I'm pretty sure these King Angelmon are going to be 2 times the experience now. So that's kind of cool. They're adding these new monsters, even though they're not really monsters you can use. Okay, there are new packages. So these packages they're talking about will be available starting December. And I don't see them here, but okay, guys, pretty cool stuff here. And maybe I'll do a little bit more on the update. So I want to talk about one more thing before you go. I want to talk about the rune removal event. Make sure you don't miss this. This is a time for us free to play players to really cash in and really get the correct runes on our monsters. These are super important for us. Remove your runes for free, just for a day. No charges for rune removal. So you can take all the runes off all your monsters if you want to. And this is excellent because it just came after they increased the amount of runes we can hold in our inventory. So that's going to make things a lot easier. So December 4th, which I believe is Thursday. So Thursday at 12 a.m. PST, so that's 3 a.m. EST, Eastern Central Time. So 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern Central Time, or 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. So the entire day, December 4th, pretty much. you can do this rune removal for free. So make sure you're preparing for that. I'm going to prepare for that right now. Some things I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get my Lucian on my team. You can see I maxed out my Shemite, which, yeah, I'm not going to talk about him right now. But I max leveled him, and I also have my Lucian getting pretty close to max level here. He's 33 already. And I want to take some of his runes off, which are Fatal Blade. And I'm thinking about possibly putting on, well, definitely putting on this Blade rune on my Lucian, which is a 6-star plus 15. So this is huge. This is going to make his attack super awesome. I think this is the only 6-star attack percent rune that I have on any of my characters. So to remove this, it's normally going to cost, I don't know, let's take a look here. 50,000, that's what I thought. 50,000 mana stones just to remove it from this character and move it to my Lucian. And with all the other moving around and stuff that you can do, it can get very pricey. So definitely take advantage on Thursday of that free rune removal. I know I will be. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video was somewhat interesting to you. And let me know what you think of my new 4-star monster here. Pretty happy with him, and I'm going to save the rest of my Mystic Scrolls for another day. We'll do the Luck Wishes too before we go here. But my little bomber Elvis guy here, Kobold Bomber, he kind of looks like, he reminds me of a Moogle off of Final Fantasy too, like an Elvis Moogle. So I'm kind of excited to get him. Hopefully, I'm going to take a look at his skills a little later, what his max stats are, and see what kind of a total attack he would have if I made him a 6-star and awakened him. And he might just end up on my team with this skill. I'm pretty excited about it. It should be pretty good. And his other AoE skills, not bad either. You know, he's kind of a mix between a couple different monsters from what I'm seeing. And he's kind of unique looking. I'm pretty excited to have him. So, alright, let's do these Luck Wishes. I'm already keeping you guys way too long. Thanks for all your support. I mean, you guys are posting some awesome comments lately. I've been a little busy, haven't been able to reply to all of them, but I will do my best to get to everything. And we'll do another guild update here. Hopefully, I haven't even had time to be hanging out in channel 5001, which I should be. Hopefully you guys are helping each other out and getting some good rewards from that. Okay, some more crystals, that's good. Always happy to get more crystals. Oh, that's right, Ebola must have been taken away, the Ebola event, where they used to give us 2 Luck Wishes. So okay, I got 15 there. Thanks again, guys. You guys are awesome. Stick in channel 5001. We got people talking right now. And hope to see you in game. Free to play gaming signing out for now.